Hi, folks. My name's Troy, and I'm making a video because I want to help others find a deeper, more satisfying way to communicate with God. Unlike the empty praying most of us are used to, I want to help. I want to help you reach a place where you can feel like you are being heard and even sometimes answered. Over about the course of a year or so, God has helped me to find a place where this can be achieved, and I want to teach it to you now. Um, before before you shut me down as a loony, please listen to my story, and then I'll help you find this place I'm talking about. Before I get into it, let me give you a little background. I was raised Baptist, drug free, drug free home. I am drug free, and I'm not a video editor, so it's not gonna be that glammy of a video, and I'm not gonna be making money off it. I ain't putting it on YouTube to make money. Um, when I first started praying, it was like a chore. I was very young. I wasn't fully aware of if God even existed, but I had to pray and had to talk to Him just in case He was. Um, And I think that's one reason why I stayed so loyal to him all this time. My prayer would just be something that I ran to at nighttime real quick, just before bed. I didn't put much thought into it, just something I always did. But somewhere along the line, I started to second guess whether I was being heard. I started trying new ways of praying, looking up, looking down, eyes shut, eyes open, talking aloud, talking quiet. Um, and somewhere along the line, I started praying to, or rather through my heart, and in a deeper, more of a meditation style, closing my eyes, looking deep into myself, finding God inside me um, before would start praying. You know, sometimes it would take me 5, 10, or 15 minutes to get to this area inside me where I knew that God was, where I knew God would hear me, and then I started getting feelings of answers. Um, I knew I was getting somewhere when I knew I was getting somewhere. The words I said have always changed until I found a good set of words that covered most of what I wanted to tell God, and I pretty much stick by that as kind of a nightly prayer. But that's not doesn't so much matters as far as where I go to when I do pray. And so yeah, I would find that deep spot within myself to pray, and I started to feel like I was getting answers, I was getting responses, and that's when I first felt like I needed to tell people what I was experiencing. It was this deeper communication with God. A lot of people don't experience it because they more or less just run through it kind of like I do. Um, but when I asked permission from God, if this is something that I should be showing people, I got a firm no. Um, it was not ready. I wondered why. I questioned this, but I kind of took it as maybe you know he thought I would be doing it for selfish reasons, or I didn't have the right intentions in my heart when doing this. But little did I know I had a lot to learn, and a journey with God still ahead. Around this time, I started to get very strong feelings that God started asking me to do different things before and during my prayer time. First, I got a strong feeling that He wanted me to stand while I was praying. I had always just done it laying down as before I went to bed, but it felt like He wanted me to stand. So for a few days, I stood up while I pray. I'd stand up, find the place inside, and then I'd pray. next thing he wanted me to do is sit down on, I felt like he wanted me to do. I get the God's response comes as more of like a feeling than a voice or anything like that. But um, I felt like he wanted me to like sit on the bed and then stand and kind of do this over and over and over. Sometimes I would get a number 20, 50, even 100. I'd always do it a few more times for him, but I kind of got took it as like God asking me to sacrifice some of my time and some of what I was doing for him, um, rather than, you know, what if he asked me to do this and I just ignore the feeling? So I took it as something he wanted me to do, so I did it. I would stand up and I'd sit on the edge of the bed over and over and over, the course of a couple months. This went on, and I'd get it sometimes frustrating to get out of bed and do God's response, and sometimes I question that as an impulse or like an OCD type thing. But I did it, and so I took it as kind of the sacrifice. He wanted a prayer wasn't enough, and maybe God wanted me to sacrifice my time and energy. So I did that, and then it started to change. Instead of doing 100 or 50 or whatever he had asked for me that day, he would ask for three. So I would just do it 3 times. He, kind of, I felt like it was clear that it wasn't no more, no less. So I'd sit down, get up, sit down, get up, sit down, get up, and then I'd close my eyes and I'd find that place inside and kind of begin to meditate a little bit, a meditative state, I should say, and then I started to pray. Um, and then, after a few days, that kind of switched. I got the feeling that God wanted me to do this kind of like in steps. Like he wanted me to pray in steps. He wanted me to first, clear my mind, close my eyes and clear my mind, then sit down, then get up again, and then, look inside myself as I search for this place where God is inside me, inside my heart, and then sit down again, stand up, and begin to pray to Him, and then sit down and stand up at the end of it. And then I felt comfortable. I felt like that's what He wanted, so I went to bed. This went on for a little while, a few weeks, and then I kind of got the feeling that was a step that God was teaching me. God wanted me to do this so I can learn this as steps in an easier way to find the place where I need to pray to Him. And when I did this, I thought, maybe I can get there without sitting down, without standing up. And I'll just count to myself: 1, clear your head; 2, look for the place inside in your heart and get to that deep kind of meditative stage, just focusing on going from your mind to your heart; and then 3, praying through that zone and out into the universe. And that was really, really satisfying, and I kind of got the feeling that that's what kind of God's end game was for my type of prayer. And once I got to this point, once I learned these 3 steps, I no longer had to pray loud or hold my hands a certain way or look up or down or eyes open. None of that. I felt like as long as I went through this spot, I was going to be okay. I was gonna be heard, and I would be answered. And I very much was. So after about a year of doing this, I started to get the calling that God wanted me to share this with the world. He wanted me to finally put it out, that this journey that had taken so long, and even though it only takes about a minute or two to talk about, um, was a big part of my life, and did help me reach that spot where I can communicate with God. And He wanted me to teach my family. He wanted me to teach others. He wanted me to. I felt like He wanted me to put out a simple video just to help people pray. A lot of people don't know. You know, they do it and they don't know if they're doing it right. They don't know if they're getting be heard or not. And just to tell people that there is a way that you can be heard and you can feel like you are reaching that deeper, more satisfying communication with God. Um, Now I imagine you won't be able to use the 1, 2, 3 method as fast as I can, but with time you should be able to find that find the place inside quick is quicker and easier to do. So let me teach you the steps. Then I will show you my nightly prayer, and then I will coach you through one of your own if you're interested. Step one is pretty easy. You just say one as you clear your mind. Think about nothing. Focus on your breathing. Focus on maybe you can think about God. Um, but just try to clear your mind of everything that's bothering you. Step two is where you're gonna search. You're gonna move. You're gonna move from your mind down into your heart. You're gonna look inside your heart, and you're going to search for the place inside you where God is. God is in all of us. We all know this. We've all felt Him. So get that place. Find that place inside you. You'll feel weightlessness. You'll have that weightlessness feeling, along with the feeling of love and protection. You won't be worried about nothing. Your mind will be clear. You will find the spot. It's a very euphoric spot, and it almost feels like He wants to lift you off your feet. Um, you can truly feel God's presence inside you, inside your heart, and this is the place. This is the place you need to find. This is step two. Okay, and then step three. Step three really isn't that much of a step at all. I don't say three. I don't feel like it's steps 1 and 2, and then three is just kind of a flow as you find that place inside. You just start to talk through it. Talk into your heart, and then through your heart project it out onto the world. Now this might sound weird, but as you do it, you will know what I'm talking about. Step one, you'll clear your mind. Step two, you'll go quickly into that spot. You'll feel the love, you'll feel that weightlessness, and you just speak to it. But more of it, rather than speaking to it, speak through it and out. Project what you're feeling from your heart out into the world, and it is a great feeling. You will know what I'm talking about when you're there, and once you're in that place, you have to pray through it. Speak loud while not speaking at all. Talk like talk. Be confident in the words you're saying, and let that place just open the doorway to everything. If you want to take it slow, take it slow. Wait for answers there, and you'll get them. You'll feel them if you stay in that. And if if you're done praying, you want to stay there. You just want to stay in that happiness. You want to meditate in that happiness. Have a open kind of dialogue rather than just a prayer, and see what you get back. Because I guarantee you will have feelings like you are being told, like you are being answered, and it's a very, very satisfying thing. I'm not exactly sure what goes on here, what we're experiencing. I imagine it's just a higher, feeling of prayer through meditation. I don't know, but if done right, There's just no denying it, no denying what you're feeling, no denying what you're going through. And, why shouldn't there be a place where a lot of people are skeptic? A lot of people don't think that, we can have this higher communication with God, but, you know, why can't we? Why isn't it real? In this day and age with all the possibilities as far as technology, all the energies in the world, why is it so crazy to think that there's not something inside us all that can communicate with our creator, with our, with the one who put us here and wants us here and loves us so much for being here and just doing what we do. That doesn't seem so far-fetched to me. I mean, does it to you? Most people don't think that. So right now I kind of want to just let you see how I do it, and then I'll walk you through your own how to find the place inside in yourself, and then I got a little treat for you. So first, here's me. Okay, so I say one, and I just clear my mind, let everything that slips away pretty easy. I've been doing it for a while now. And then two, I find that place inside, and it's lifting. It's good. It's so nice. And then as soon as I find that three, I project it out onto the universe. Lord, I love you so much. Please forgive me for my sins in the past and my sins in the future, Lord. Thank you for bringing me to where I am today, Lord. Please help me live a better life and be a better man, Lord. Please protect my friends and my family. Keep them safe and bring them happiness, as well as those no longer with us, Lord. I love you so much, Lord. Amen. Now, it was simple, and I think I covered most of what I want to cover and want to be said. You saw how I did it. Now you give it a try. You can pause it if you need more time to search. If you need more time to think about it, you can pause and then push play. So here we go. You want to say the word one. Now just clear your mind. Clear your mind of everything. Don't worry about nothing. You kind of focus on your breathing. Now two, just look from inside, through your inside, from your eyes down, from your head down. Just look into your heart. Feel it. Feel your heart. Feel that place you're looking for. It will take you over. It will lift you up. Find it, and when you do, speak through that place and say the words that you want to say. Tell God that you love Him. Tell Him however you're feeling. Thank Him for bringing you wherever, or ask Him for guidance, whatever you need to do. Just keep an open mind with your prayers. I don't like to ask for anything selfish. I ask myself, is this selfish? Is this something that I should be asking God? Save that kind of stuff for more of a open dialogue that you'll have inside this place. So I asked God if I could share with you guys some of the questions that I've asked Him, and so I'd like to share some of those with you. When I asked God about dinosaurs and evolution, the answer that I get from Him is always that stuff that He puts here and that we find here and we study, the science that's here is all here for us to learn about. It's all here for us to research and us to figure out on our own. When I ask Him about aliens, I get kind of a weird, like a yes and a no answer. I don't always get a definitive yes or no. I never really have. I think He has a way of conveying a yes no kind of answer, or maybe it's neither kind of an answer. When I ask about children and children dying, disease, um, pedophiles and stuff like that, I actually get a really complicated answer um, about kind of more like on the path of where he's guiding us and what's going on. So I guess maybe it's easier to answer when I ask God kind of like the meaning of life. What are we here for? And I get the feeling, I get the answer comes to me in the way of feeling, and he's saying that people are on a path as a whole to evolve into just a higher being, a better human being, a better person than what we're capable of being right now. One that is much more tolerant of other people, one that can handle the emotion of love better and the side emotions that come with love, and maybe stronger. I don't get the sense that like stronger, smarter, definitely. But that brings me back to the question of like pedophiles and really bad people that do bad stuff to kids, and how kids suffer in this world from diseases, and that he talks about we need struggle. We need to go through struggle, and we need to go through heartbreak, massive heartbreak, in order for humans to let that love emotion evolve, and how we deal with that kind of stuff when it comes down to it. So when I ask about Jesus and maybe other religions compared to Christianity, you get you get the sense that there's been a lot of different people that or people or things or whatever that Jesus or that God has sent down to earth, that God has put here for us to guide us back to him. I think the love of God, not necessarily in any religious form, is going to play a big role in that advanced, more evolved human being. When I ask about people that don't live the lifestyle that he chooses, that aren't bad people at all, that are good people, but they just live a lifestyle that he doesn't accept, or that some would say that he doesn't accept. His answer for that is that all throughout time, from the beginning of the Bible to the end, and from after the Bible to now, we've always been, more tolerant, and learning our tolerance of certain types of people, and letting them, fitting them into our society as regulars, as normal, as just another one of us, and which is true, I guess. Like, let's take America, just America, and how we used to treat Native Americans or African Americans, and how it's more accepted now. It's just another part of the family, part of the American family. I ask, was it bad for the people to do what they did, even though in the past he kind of let the past be the past. Conquered people is a conquered people, or the way people were treated was just a learning experience in this A to Z human evolution pattern that we're on. Tolerance is going to be huge in the evolution of people. So let's see. When I ask about heaven and hell, I get a strong sense that that heaven is going to be like, this very satisfying, kind of more like a chamber where our energies are, or our life, our souls are stored, and where we can, where they're there. It's timeless. It's fulfilling in a way that we're just content. We're content where we're at. And hell being, maybe a place where negative energy is stored, but not really a ball and fire like you would think that some people in the world would deserve. God knew that these people weren't going to be the best people here, and it was necessary for him to put them on the path they were on, and maybe even hurt the people that they hurt, in a way that it betters human beings as a whole. So I don't know. I can get into that more some other time. That's hours of talking points. With every question asked, I just try to sum it up real quick. Um, and if you want to know those kind of things, you can contact me. I don't exactly know how, but I'm sure you can figure it out. In other words, yeah, remember the steps: 1, 2, 3. Easy as that. Um, Stay safe, stay friendly, stay positive.